One of you must have a wonderful journey chanting at the Tir Kadamba, were wonderful pastimes performed by the divine couple, and also in the association of the eternal associates and all the Guru Paramparas, wonderful Brajavasis, and assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So hope that everyone should have a wonderful journey. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful today was Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari Mataji, Ivy Gautam, Sneha Mataji, Parameshwari Devi Dasi, Girivardhari Prabhu, Shriya Devi Dasi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Sitala Priya Devi Dasi, Sachinandan Krishna Prabhu, Kasturi Manjari Devi Dasi, Leela Manjari Devi Dasi, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Patit Pavan Prabhu, Paramanan Hari Prabhu, Nandan Priya Mataji, Shugand Raj and Aradhana Devi Dasi, Prafulanand Prabhu, Madhav Prabhu and Sripad Lalita Devi Dasi. I may have missed Akshatas if she has joined. Haribol. Hanuman Prabhu, Manani Mataji, Ravi Pepelia Prabhu, Shraman Panchal Prabhu, Govind Gita Devi Dasi, Brajeshwari Priya Devi Dasi, Rupa Vilas Prabhu. I didn't say Nitya Navali today. Abhay Prabhu, Sarva Tarak Prabhu, Amal Atman Prabhu, Rohit Mishra Prabhu, Saraswati Devi Dasi, Tulsi Priya Devi Dasi, and Jai Govinda Prabhu, Rajendra Prabhu, Janki Khan Prabhu, Labangalatika Mataji, Sumitra Radha Mataji went for breakfast cooking, Devendra Krishna Prabhu and Divyan Sin Saloni, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodarati Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Pranath Gopal Prabhu and Radhika Prem Devi Dasi, Nissan Sharma Prabhu, who always joined before 2 o'clock, Haribol, Priyanka Mataji, Ganga Devi Dasi, Prathamesh Prabhu, Riya Saroha also joined at 2 o'clock. I didn't see Kalpataru Mataji, Haribol. Maybe I may have missed. Kishore Krishna Prabhu joined, Priya Kishori Devi Dasi joined, Raman Krishna Prabhu joined, Leela Mangala Devi Dasi, Radha Siva Devi Dasi, Murli Mohan Prabhu and Sakti Mata Devi Dasi, Sarva Sakti Devi Dasi joined very early from Portland, about 2:15 to 20 a.m. Haribol. Shri Kumar Prabhu, Shri Kansurvasa Prabhu, Srinivas Charan Prabhu. We have been missing Namanan Prabhu for a while. Sweddi Prabhu and also Veena Mataji never joined for the last 10-15 days. She has a desire to join. I don't know what's stopping her. Vijay Kishore Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji. Also we are missing Reko Ilai for some time. Madhvi Gopi Mataji, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallavi Mataji, Kanta Devi Dasi, Vani Prabhu, Raja Ramdas Prabhu, Shankari Khor Devi Dasi, Krita Lakshman Prabhu and Matangi Gopi Devi Dasi, hopefully their daughter Radhika, Balaji Prabhu, Madan Mohan Kunda Prabhu, Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, Kamal Priya Mataji, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Karuna, no, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Sukriti Devi Dasi, Kamini Priya Sankarsan Prabhu and Manjari, Sundari Leela Mataji, Rukmani Priya Devi Dasi, Sudhir Krishna Prabhu, but his wife Sakhi Saranma Devi Dasi didn't join today, Devamurti Devi Dasi, Sarmishta Sahi, Rasakita Prabhu, Anand Radhika Mataji, Rajesh and Sweta, Shyam Sundar Prabhu. I didn't see Harikatha Mataji, Balram Prabhu, Jai Satchinanand Prabhu, Hemangini Chauhan also didn't join today. I don't know, Sumit Prabhu also, I didn't see his name. Rati Prabhu, Kamlesh Ningra Mataji, Rashmi Mataji, Sesa Kapoor Mataji, Lekha Mataji, Thaneshwar Prabhu, I didn't see Murli Gopal today. Arvind Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji, Rati Vilas Devidasi, Nama Priya Devidasi, Ananda Leela Devidasi, Dinesh Prabhu, Rupak joined today, also Ranga Devidasi, Kirti Jala Prabhu, Prasanna Visakha Devidasi, and Hare Krishna. And also I would like to welcome, he has been joining for last 2 days, Tulsi Gimar from Cyprus. Welcome, Prabhuji, and hopefully the Holy Name may allow you to join every day and become fixed up in chanting Hare Krishna. So let's hear the wonderful song before we will read from the Bhagavatamrita.
Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Mama Nivedana Shuno, Vishai Durjana Sada Kamarata, Kichu nahi mora guno, Amara Varasha tumi, Tomara charane loinu sharana, Tomara kinkara ami. Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath. Kemone shodhibe more, na jani bhakati karne jada mati, padchi sansara ghore, shakali tomara maya, nahi mama bala jnana sunirmala, swadhinana he kaya. Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Hey Niyata charanistana, mage pamora kadiya kadiya, karahe karuna dana, tumi to shakali para, dujane tarite tomara shakati, ke ache papira ara. Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath, Hey Gopinath. शीतोषी असुरा सकला पाइला चारा विनोदाता किला पाशी हे गोपीनाथ हे गोपीनाथ हे गोपीनाथ हे गोपीनाथ हे गोपीनाथ हे गोपीनाथ हे
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song. So let's see we can get to the where I minimize. See if can come at the same, or we may have to scroll it down. Today I'm gonna visit my god brother where we read the Lagu Bhagavatamrita, so maybe I can get it today, the book. It's loading. I think it's load from the beginning. Taking long to get loaded. Yes. Loading slowly. Please be patient. Today is the last day I'm gonna request. Today I'm gonna go and read the books. I'm gonna pick up the book. I thought that I don't have to carry every day when I go and visit them. Not every day, but once a week. And I have the online book, so I will use this in the Chromebook, but it's not helping me. It's loading today very slow. Krishna wants to teach us the patience. Haribol, everything work under the direction of Krishna, and we need to learn to cooperate with it. Haribol. Slowly is loading. I just finished the introduction, now preface. Haribol. Now it's coming faster. Haribol. Introduction. Few more minutes. It's now scrolling faster. Okay, we are here. All glories to Lagu Bhagavatamrita. We also would like to offer our humble obeisances at the desk of Rupa Goswami and also Gopi Paranadhan Prabhu and his team to give us a wonderful books to read. We will be on text number 24. Various scriptures like the Uttarakhand of the Padma Puran describe in detail that each of these forms has its own abode beyond the material creations. And I think that makes sense. My Guru Maharaj was saying, chanting 16 round and follow 4 regulative principles, you go back home, back to Godhead. But he was saying what kind of back to Godhead you are gonna go. So there are different places. This and the examination of the categories of Godhead in terms of Swayam Rup, Vilas, Swarsha, Aves, and Prakash. Commentary. Every one of the Supreme Lord personal expansion is eternal, and each has its own eternal abode in the spiritual world. That the residents of the Godhead expansions are all eternal is declared in many scriptures. Ye yatha bhuvi vartante puryo bhagavataha priya tas tatha santi vaikunthe tat tal lilartham adrata. All the abodes in which the Supreme Lord takes delight on the earth are present in Vaikuntha. He honored each of them with various pastimes. Kanpurana. Vaikuntha bhuvane nitye nivasanti mahojva laha avataraha sada tatra matsya kurmadayo kilaha. All the Lord's supremely resplendent avatars, Matsya, Kurma, and the others reside always in that eternal world of Vaikuntha, Padma Puran. So we'll be starting the chapter 2, Purush Avatar and Guna Avatars. Text number 1. Next come a discussion of the Lord's avatars, among whom Krishna is the most complete. Commentary. By calling Krishna the original personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Swayam, Srimad Bhagavatam indicate that he is the source of all avatars of Godhead. The next topic is the avatars who expand from Krishna. But isn't Krishna himself said to be one of the avatars? Yes. In the context of making a list of avatars, it is convenient to list him among the others. But he is Puskala, the most complete. He is the original Swamrup, according to the Haima dictionary. Pukshalas tu Purane Shreste. Pushkal means complete or the best. Text number 2. Here is the definition of avatar. When the above mentioned form of the Lord appear unprecedentedly for various purposes in the material creation, either solely by their own power or through some agency, they are called avatars. Commentary. The first chapter of this book defines the major categories of the Supreme Person's expansions. The forms of Godhead in each of the categories described there become avatars when they descend from the spiritual to the material world. Avatars can appear through parents as expansion or without the help of any agency. Among those who appear through parents are Lord Krishna and Ramchandra, the son of Vasudeva and Dasarath, respectively. Among those who appear as expansion is Garbhodaksai Vishnu, who expand from Sesasai Mahavishnu in the casual ocean. And among those who appear without help are Matsya and Hansa. The various purposes of the Supreme Lord's avatar can be summarized generally as Vishwakarya, creating the universe and helping its inhabitants. Mahavishnu, for example, agitate primordial nature with his glance and stimulate her to evolve the causal elements. Other avatars subdue male factor for the relief of the demigods and other faithful servant of the Lord. Others bestowed upon the eager seekers of truth the greatest benefit by revealing themselves, by teaching the principle of pure devotional service, and by granting the bliss of love of God. Although the Supreme Lord's form exists eternally as avatars, quote, they dramatically appear in the material world as if novel creation of the times and place of their advent. Text number 3. The agent through whom an avatar appears can be a Tad Ekatma form of the Lord, such as he who lies in Sesanag, or a devotee of the Lord like Vasudeva. Text 4. The Lord's avatar are of three kinds: the Purusha's avatar, those who preside over the modes of nature, and those who appear in order to perform pastimes. Commentary. Lord Chaitanya explained these divisions of avatar in his instructions to Sanatana Goswami, Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 20, 244 to 246. Text number 5. Most of these avatars are either Shramsa or Aves expansions. The one avatar, who is Swayamrup, will be discussed later on. Commentary. Mahavishnu is an example of Samsa avatar. The four Kumaras and Prithu are Aves avatars. This verse qualifies its first assertion with the word prayaha for the most part, because sometime the Swayamrupa, the original of all other forms of God, descend to the material world. That most special of avatar will be discussed at length in the 5th chapter of Sri Laghu Bhagavatamrita. Text 6. Among the three kind of avatars, the Purusha avatar is described as follows in the Vishnu Purana 6.8.61. Quote, I bow down to the always infallible Purusha, who appears from the original Supreme Lord. The Purusha is completely transcendental, although he seems otherwise when he expands himself into various personal forms, who associates with the modes of material nature. He possesses perfect knowledge and manifests all the living being in the wonderful material creations. Srila Sridhar Swami comments that Tasyaiva Anu, he appear afterwards, indicate that he expanded from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had been previously described. Commentary. As indicated by the word Anu in his verse of Vishnu Puran, the Purusha avatar expanded from the original Godhead, who was glorified a few verses earlier. Nantosti yasya nacha yasya samudvosti vruddhirna yasya parinam vivarjitasya napakshayam cha samupaiti ave kalpavastu Yastam natosmi purushotam adhyam idyam. I bow down to him who has no end and no birth, who does not develop or change, and who never suffer decay. He is immutable reality, the Supreme Personality Godhead, the original worshipable Lord. Vishnu Purana 6.8.58. The Purusha associate with material nature only to the extent of glancing it at Prakriti at the beginning of creation and maintaining conscious control over the creation that evolves from her. He never gives up his unity, even while expanding into numerous forms. He generates the wonderful cosmos, filling it with all sorts of living beings. Does this mean that the Purusha becomes affected by constant with nature and her creation? No, because the entire process of creation is set into motion simply by his desire. Prakriti cannot affect him. Even while the material world is being conducted by his Prakriti, he remains uninfluenced thanks to his inconceivable personal energies. Text 7. Here is an exemplary verse. Scripture describes the Purush as the partial expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who seems to connect with the qualities of material nature, beginning with making the effort to glance at her, and who has many incarnations. Srila Rupa Goswami presents the Laghu Bhagavatamrita in the typically concise style of philosophical shastras. Short definition and statement of fact with the support of quotations from authoritative scriptures, which are then often followed by the author's own karikas or explanatory verses. Karika yatana vritva. Quote, the word karika can mean torment or commentary on a basic text. Amara kosa. Text 6 and 7 apply to all three of the Purusha incarnation, and we also find general information about the Purusha avatar in Lord Chaitanya's instruction to Sanatana Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 20, 250 to 264. So Madhya Lila, chapter 20, describe all this in detail. That he is an avatar is confirmed in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 2.6.42. The Purusha is the first incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Commentary. The first Purusha, Karana Navashai Vishnu, Mahavishnu, is an incarnation of Krishna, the ultimate avatari. Karananarva Shai, text 9. The Satvata Tantra 130 describe the different forms of Purusha. Vishnu has three forms called Purusha. The first, Mahavishnu, creates the total material energy, Mahat. The second, Garbhodasai, is situated within each universe. And the third, Shirodaksai, lives in the heart of every living being. He who knows these three becomes liberated from the clutches of Maya. Commentary. In this verse, Vishnu referred to the original Supreme Lord, the Swayambhu. The first Purush, Shankarsan, is the supersoul of Prakriti. The second Pradyumna is the supersoul of the four-headed Brahma. And the third Anuruddha is the supersoul of each of the jivas. Haribo. Text 10. I have never heard this before. Text 10. The first of these is described in the 11th canto, 11th ray. Quote, when the primeval Lord Narayan created the universe out of the five elements produced from himself and then entered within it by his own plenary portion, he thus became known as the Purusha. Commentary. The supremely independent Lord of Vaikuntha, Sri Narayan, expanded himself as Sankarsan, the first Purusha, who produced from his own body the five elements of creation, from which he fashions the egg-like universe. And he then entered each egg as Pradyumna, the second Purusha. Text 11. Also, the Brahma Samhita 5.10.13 states, quote, the Lord of the universe, Mahavishnu, became manifest near the partial expansion of the Supreme Narayan. He possesses thousands of heads. The same Mahavishnu is known as Narayan in this mundane world. From that eternal person has sprung the vast expanse of spiritual water, the casual ocean, which is the subjective portion of Sankarsan, who abides in the Paravyoma. The above-mentioned Supreme Purush, Mahavishnu, with thousands of subjective portions, reposes in the state of divine sleep, Yoga Nidra, in the water of the casual ocean. This passage ends by saying the spiritual seed of Sankarsan existing in the pores of Mahavishnu's skin are born as so many golden sperms. These sperms are covered with the five great elements. Commentary. Mahavishnu originates as an expansion of Narayan, the Lord of Vaikuntha, who is a partial expansion linga of the Swayambhu personality of Godhead Krishna. Mahavishnu appears within Narayan, or more exactly near him, in one corner of his Vaikuntha realm. He became manifest in the sense of making his appearance in the casual ocean to glance at Prakriti. To dispel any doubts that Mahavishnu is certainly that expansion of Narayan, whose acts of creation are described in the Vishnu Puran 146. It is mentioned here that the water of creation emanates from him. Apo nara iti prokta, apo vai nara sunvaha. Ayanam tasya tah purvam tena narayana shmuta. The water from which the material creation evolved is called Nara, because it is born from Nara, the Supreme Person. Because that Supreme Person is the primal origin of these waters, the scriptures remember him as Narayan. Since the water of the casual ocean is produced from the body of Sankarsan Mahavishnu, it is termed Shankara Natmataka. Lord Mahavishnu lies down on that ocean, resting on the bed of Anantasais. Therefore, he is called Karunamai Karunasai, Karana Nav Shai. He glanced at material nature, thus impregnating her with the seed of the universes and the spiritual spark who will populate those universes. Germinating within the womb of Prakriti, the seed-like universes develop into golden eggs. Lord Mahavishnu then expand himself thousands of times, or rather countless times, as the Pradyumna Garbhodakasai Vishnus in all the universal eggs. So it's a perfect time. We'll continue reading tomorrow on text number 12. Tomorrow I have to fly out, but still I'll be able to hold this program. I never want to miss unless that I'm have to fly at that time. But I will have to leave right after the class 6:55. So maybe tomorrow I may be not wearing the devotional cloth. I may be wearing something so I can get up and leave once 6:55 happens. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever we come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful, enjoyable, and with no fear in their life. As long as we take complete shelter of the holy name, there is no disease should enter in our body, no sickness, no distractions, no suffering. Everything should become so smooth and steady. And that's the reason we can remain steadfast in our time to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because Krishna is so kind. When we become sincere, everything works wonderfully. When we cannot maintain our sadhana properly, that means something is wrong in our chanting. We need to pray to the holy name to bestow his mercy so we can utter the Hare Krishna Mahamantra properly. And then everything else will become so easy. Automatically, without the alarm clock, you will be able to get up. So these are the benefits of the holy name. And this is the only thing that we have to perfect, is chant these three names. And it shows that why we cannot, because it's not a material words, it's spiritual, transcendental. Golokara Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana. That's the reason we are struggling every morning to pronounce the three names properly. So if we remain eager to chant the holy name nicely, then we will remain totally attentive. At least when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there should be no other business. Our mind should be always focused in hearing the holy name. As I was saying, that our Acharya says, when the mind wanders, bring it back. What does it mean by bring it back? You start listening the Hare Krishna Mahamantra that you are chanting. And the effect will be good if you chant properly. If you are not chanting properly, you are hearing the broken names, and that will not help at all. So first of all, we have to chant very nicely. Just read the Mahamantra and then hear attentively. There should be no other business. That's the process. We have to make it perfect. And we have been struggling. How many years we have been trying to chant Suddha name? So many lifetime. So we have to become so sincere about this in this life. And the holy name will reveal us everything. So with those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the dusk of these wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who take so many austerity to join from Aurora, Illinois, Curtindale, India, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Tempe, Phoenix, College Station, Austin, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Portland, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, and New Delhi. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhaya vacha. Patitanam pavane